Also, since you do have a, if I'm going to be able to get this out or not, I'm not sure. There it goes. Hey, it's Jonathan Sewell Sales at Mitchell Lincoln on the Boulevard in Enterprise. And I'm a Ford guy from way back, an F-150 guy for sure. And this is a 2019 F-150 Lariat 4x4. And I'm going to break it down and go over all the features on it. And my job is just so cool to be around all these awesome vehicles. Before we jump into this beautiful F-150 behind me, go ahead and click the JSS right now, and then you can hit that subscribe button so you'll be updated first with all of my new uploads. F-150s, Lincolns, Mazdas, Lexus, Hondas, whatever I'm talking about, you'll be notified if you hit the bell. So subscribe and ding that bell, and let's jump into a built Ford Tough. All right, let's get started up front. This is a 2019 model, and this is the Lariat. So the Lariat, they through the years have had some shifts. So the Lariat is your first standard trim, or first trim that's standard with leather. So you've got leather seating in this. Then of course you can upgrade to the Platinum, the King Ranch, of course the Raptor, which is a specialty vehicle, and then the Limited is the top dog. So the Lariat is more of a volume model. So you have a lot of options standard and a lot of options available. So we'll go over this as we look on the inside specifically. But notice that this, of course, is your upgraded grille that you saw first debut in 2018. And this is a four-wheel drive model. So you have the tow hooks down here. Also, we'll talk about this in a minute, but this has the EcoBoost engine, so you've got the open passage there for extra air to come through, and fog lights are standard on this truck. As we come around on the side, the first thing that you'll notice is the chrome. It's got the chrome appearance package, so you have chrome wheels, chrome boards, chrome mirror caps and handles, and it all looks excellent, especially on this white exterior. So these are 18-inch wheels, which are standard, upgraded outlined white letter tires, which are very nice in the Goodyear Wrangler. Very good tread for off-roading. And of course, with the Tacoma and the Jeep Wranglers, these are Kevlar lined. So very durable tires for all of your needs here. Love this new logo here that we saw in this body style. One thing you'll notice here on the end, these are also LED spotlights, so turn signals and spotlights, which are pretty cool. Blind spot monitoring is part of this 501A upgrade. And of course you have an easy access here with this to lock on that button, or of course as you walk up, it was unlocked, so as you walk up it will unlock for you when you pull on that. Of course I got to give a little bit more distance. These factory running boards are part of that chrome appearance package. Coming on around, this is the FX4 off-road model. So the first thing that you'll notice is that it's got a couple of extra skid plates you can see down there. Skid plate there over the fuel tank, and a few other things just to help in all your needs here. Rear sensors are part of that 501A package. Of course, this has a tow package as well that you want with that 3.5 liter, and we'll look under the hood in just a minute. EcoBoost badging, and of course the inlay here in the tailgate, which is beautiful, especially with that vinyl inside. Backup camera right here, locking tailgate, big Ford oval, which I love. And of course, this is a locking tailgate, power locking. Also, you see the easy lower there, and this has the Ford accessory of the Tough bed. So you have some lights in the box back here, as well as some other two-tiered system, some tie downs, some other tracks, but this is a sprayed-in bed liner as a Ford accessory. Pretty cool. I love the emblem up there, and you can see the rear defrost with the sliding glass up there on this vehicle as well. Now this one it is pre-owned, and of course we've got some pollen and stuff on it as well. So it's got around 20,000 miles. So definitely not a brand new truck, but a perfect truck with all the equipment for a little bit of luxury, lots of off-road capability, and power and towing. And we'll talk about that as we jump inside. Let's take a peek at this 3.5 liter EcoBoost. All right, open it up. And with the variety of engines available on this truck, you can see how everything's going to appear just a little bit different. We got some different sizes. This truck is standard with a 2.7 liter EcoBoost. So you upgrade, and that 2.7, by the way, has 325 horsepower. This is an upgrade to the 3.5 liter that has 375 horsepower. So a little bit more oomph and a little bit more tow capacity. So as you look around here, you've got a little insulation around the battery, which is right up front. Also clear fluid containers, and you have your coolant and reservoir right up top here. So everything's pretty, the radiator's pretty well protected and fanned with the shroud here. And got your intake right here coming into this big air box, and you see all of this air moving around on both sides. This is a twin turbo. So you've got a lot of air moving around for this thing. And then the engine itself right there is covered up with that plastic cover. Also have your brake fluid right here. And pretty big engine. You can see the oil filter down there. So it's just, you know, you got a lot to work with here as far as for that engine. So it's a pretty big engine. Asked to do a lot of things in this truck as far as hauling, towing, passenger comfort, speed, acceleration, torque, all those things. So a couple of things that you'll notice as well. Everything's going to be kind of got this plastic covering on here just for aesthetics and for a little bit of a seal, place to seal for the hood for sound and things like that, and where it matches up. And right here is where this matches up to the top of the hood there. You can actually see that around. Of course, you've got this mat up here to keep things from damaging the paint on the hood, also to keep a lot of that noise out of around the truck. And I don't know if I mentioned before, but it does have the hood props, which is a nice, especially on a hood this large. So this is the bad boy. You've got good towing capacity on this with the tow package, and this one also has some upgrades that we'll cover inside. All right, jumping in, you'll notice the Lariat also has this faux wood grain here, effects in the door and also in the shifter, and up front on the dash there. This is the best color combination to me, the white with the tan. So I love the contrasting here. So if you're going to use this for work, or this is a truck, this darker color right here won't get a lot of grime and things on from you know, working. That's why the console is that way. The steering wheel is darker, so you don't have to be worried about getting it as dirty. And of course, leather is very durable, so you can get that cleaned right up. This one also has your liners, all-weather liners, upgraded here. And let's talk a little bit about this on the side. So you have memory as standard, lock and unlock, of course. And here's a power folding mirror switch right here to fold those in on the side. Also, you have your normal controls as well, and your child locks. Also, something that you don't see on a lot of vehicles, but on the truck, because it's designed for all types of passengers, you have the power adjustable pedals here. So you can see they move towards you or away from you. Also an electronic parking brake, which is nice, instead of the old press ones or foot ones that used to be down here in the bottom. And here is for those spotlights, those LED spotlights right up there. So as we hop in this truck, this is the four-wheel drive, so you can check out my video on how to change these different four-wheel drive modes from 2 high to 4 auto to 4 high to 4 low. Also, this one has a locking rear differential, which, as it says, you just pull this knob out, and so it'll lock those two wheels to spin or turn at the same time in the rear axle for a little bit of extra traction when you're not in four-wheel drive, or you don't need four-wheel drive sometimes to do that. Looking right up here, you've got your menu controls, cruise control right here. Also phone and speaker right here, phone, speaker, your talk button, and then volume controls. So everything's right here where you need it to be. And again, this steering wheel is a good, nice feel, very cushioned. And let's crank this up and talk about a few other features. Go ahead and turn that air off so it won't be so loud. So this one has your upgraded navigation system, still has the Sync 3 system. And so again, a lot of options that you can add to the Lariat. This one was original MSRP around $59,000. Of course, you can get this up to the mid 60s with a few other things, a few other packages. But this one has big knobs, which you would like, especially if you're wearing gloves or something along those lines. And here is the trailer backup assistance and the integrated trailer brake controller, which is part of the tow package. Of course, your Lariat and above is going to have your push button start. So you have the nice key fob right here. And so this also has, as you can see, your power tailgate release as well as your remote start. So just put this in your pocket, come in here, open the door with the keyless intelligent key assist, and crank her right up. Also, you have a very nice big multi-information display here just to scroll through some of those things. So you can jump into this and look at a few options. You've got truck information, so you can go to digital speedometer if you want to. Also for towing, you can set up different trailers, of course, for the backup assistance. And for off-road status, you can watch that. Again, I covered this feature in the video that was linked up earlier. And then a few settings back here, rear park aid, trailer blind spot, which the blind spot monitors the sensors are back in the tail lights. And of course you have a tachometer, you have your other gauges right up top, and you see we're low on fuel right here. And then your speedometer there, of course you can have the digital speedometer. Also got a lot of storage up here. So you got storage up here, you see some of the speakers up there, as well as your little tray right here with your USBs. So you got two USBs, a little mat there for your phone or whatever the case, and you can also stick a device or your phone here. Cup holders right here, as well as a huge console. So very nice console, fit some change in there, move that tray in and out, move it around, and also can hold pins right up here in the lid. And this is very wide. You can use it as your desk if you need to, your office or whatever the case may be. Also have some cup holders back here, and we'll jump into the back seat in just a minute. One thing I like about this, you also have a plug. So if you were using a device or a tablet or something like that, you can charge it with AC if you couldn't charge it with the USBs right here. Also looking at your settings as you come across, you do have the Ford Pass Connect. So you can connect to the modem here for Wi-Fi and some other features, as well as over the app, remote start, check your distance to empty, things like that. And so you've got a lot of things available here with this upgraded system and navigation. Of course, on the Lariat, you're going to have dual automatic air control, automatic AC, and again, stitching all the way across on the dash just to dress it up. This is the Lariat after all. One thing, this does have the panoramic roof, or the twin panel roof, which is an option on the Lariat. So take a look at that sky. You've got it, of course you can take this shade back if you want to. Even if you're going down the road, really opens up with the light in here. Very nice. And a lot of different lights and things, and there's your shade control right there. So a lot of good things going on up here. This is definitely capable for towing with your trailer. You got help here with the integrated brake controller, 4-wheel drive for all types of terrains and tractions. And let's see how much room we have in the back. But before I jump into that, I did want to also, I just caught this with my eye, downhill assist control, which is pretty nice for the weight of this truck. And if you're hauling or towing some things, it helps you out with a little bit of engine braking instead of having to wear out the pads there. Also, since you do have if I'm going to be able to get this out or not, I'm not sure. There it goes. but you also have a, if you have a dead remote, if the battery dies or something happens to it, you can slide it right in there and still crank the car. So it's hidden underneath this, and it's got a little flap there to pick it up, but it's hidden underneath this cup holder. So good to know if you're ever have a weak remote or a dead remote. But let's jump in the back seat. Wow, this is where it's at right here. You want to get a nice ride in the back. This is a lot of room in this F-150 and a lot of amenities, as we'll talk about here. So you had the two USBs up front. You also have two back here in the back. You also have this traditional cigarette lighter DC charger and an AC plug for yourself. So not only is this designed for the whole family, but also you could run your whole office in this truck. And I was very comfortable with the positioning of the seat up front, but look how much room I have here. So there's just, you get very comfortable back here, and the passengers up front comfortable, passengers in the back comfortable. Of course, this is designed for 3 people back here, so you have all the correct seat belts. Also, you'll see the lower anchors right here and the top tethers behind the headrest, so car seats are welcome in this vehicle for your family. Also, you have this fold down armrest with more cup holders right here. So got plenty of capabilities, as well as bottle holders on all the doors. So you won't go thirsty as you're going down the road for sure. So I appreciate you watching this video. This is a 2019 Ford F-150 Lariat with a few options, a few upgrades in the white and tan, which is one of the best colors combinations to me. And I really appreciate you liking this video if I gave you some good information, or commenting below if you have any questions or notice anything that I left out. I'm Jonathan Sewell Sales at Mitchell Lincoln, and I'm digging these Fords. Have you driven a Ford lately? Because I can't wait to see you in your very own Ford.